really never a good way to start a vlog, so you might as well just press record and start.
I want to talk about what this trip to Greece did for my overall mindset and how it created momentum in my life. Let's start with some context and a little bit of a backstory. Prior to this little getaway, I hadn't created in months. It was very hard for me to go to the gym and get into the workouts that I would usually have. It could have been the time of the season. It was midwinter here in Canada. There is not much light, and usually the weather is super cold, but that is not an excuse. I just wasn't feeling it. So I decided to do something that took me out of my comfort zone, but also offered an opportunity to shift my mindset, shift my environment, and create some sort of momentum. It's beautiful how sometimes it really doesn't take much to get you out of a certain state or out of certain habits by changing the natural routine, changing the environment, and a little bit of sunlight and better weather. It truly did help with building momentum and allowing me to come back fresh and with a different mindset. I love the fact that when we bring things down to its simplest form and go back to the basics with an environment that can allow us to see things differently and offer us a different perspective, just that little action could completely alter our state, our direction, and start this momentum that could eventually lead to better outcomes in our everyday life. Being in Greece brought a huge amount of presence and gratitude to every moment. Simply riding a bus to my hotel, from the airport to the hotel, I felt so grateful to be in that moment. The little things, like looking out the window of a flight, it was like I immersed myself in the moment and it felt so beautiful. I know this is an extreme example because I actually had to go to Greece. It's on me too that I couldn't see this in my everyday life, but I'm still glad that I got the opportunity to find so much gratitude, find so much presence, and still cultivate this type of mindset just by getting out of my current environment. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I did come back and found love in my routine again and found a different mindset that allowed me to get the ball rolling again. I started small and not being too rugged in my routine. And I feel like that's a little bit of what happens to us generally. We find this routine and we find like this like hacks and what works and optimization, and we stick with that for so long that it kind of becomes a little too rugged, and then things kind of get dull. By changing things up and doing something spontaneous, it did add a little bit of flair and excitement, along with doing something that I generally wouldn't have done. It took me out of my comfort zone. It built some confidence, and why not? Added some sunlight, great weather, great moments with myself, and a deeper understanding of what I truly want to be doing. So it brought me back to my core and how I really want to live my life, and not just be stuck in a routine or optimization, what I think I should be doing to create the best outcome possible. Rather, it was a simple reminder to focus on the current moment and clear all those thoughts of rumination. It's in those exact moments where we get our best revelations and allow the true momentum to begin.